Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the greatest casting no universe. I am Marshall Lamprey. That is Eddie Law. This is the motherfucking Heel Hook Show. How you doing, sir?
Chilling, man. Nice quiet day. I can't complain.
I'm so hyped, right? And you're just kind of so mellow, and I just feel like
I'm mellowed out. It's a mellow day for me, man. But it's all good. It's all good. But
I'm on penicillin.
Right? Why are you on penicillin though?
No, I said you was my guy. I'm saying like a villain.
Nah, dude. I ain't needed that shit yet. We're good.
Oh,
I'm clean.
Good Google. Right, let's get into the thick and the fast with the 221 pay-per-view for UFC that we had this weekend. It turned out to be a really good card. I feel like in years to come, when you like with MMA getting bigger and bigger, I feel like it's going to be one of those cards that people would pay $60 as you guys would pay for a pay-per-view. We would pay £20 for it. In the future, we're just not there. Yeah, I think it was a pretty decent pay-per-view. There was a few questionable judges, a few questionable decisions, but for the most part, we had a lot of good finishes. We had a lot of fun with a lot of the cards, and we got some, some clarity as far as what's going to happen with the middleweight.
Bro, we ain't got no clarity, man. Ain't no clarity up in this bitch. I mean, dude, look. All right. First of all, does it bother you that Romero missed weight?
If anybody remembers for the longest, if you've been watching this podcast since day one, you will know that I am the most anti-person when it comes to Yoel Romero. As far as I'm concerned, the things that he does, I can't deal with him. I can't deal with him at all. Right.
But does it bother you that he missed weight?
Yes, yeah, of course it does. But then I also look to the point of like he came in as a late replacement, and he's
right. But he was already training for Branch though. It's not like he wasn't training and getting ready.
Yeah, but there's a difference of like he wasn't going to fight on that card though.
When was he going to fight?
I think it was afterwards. It was not on that card. I'm sure.
Yeah, but how close afterwards? Is my question.
Yeah, but the thing is, you've got to take into account. It's all good and well said. Even if I say a week to you, a week of cutting weight, a lot of weight to cut in a week. So. A lot of fighters lose a lot more weight than what Yoel Romero fucking dropped in his final week.
That's good. That's a good point. I guess I didn't think about that too much. Here's the thing. It doesn't bother me that he missed weight. It bothers me that it's like, I mean, okay, now I think about it. Okay, fuck it. I changed my point. It doesn't bother me to miss weight. Hey, what? I'm flexible, bro. I understand when I'm wrong. I understand when I'm wrong. No, he's saying like, it bothered me that he missed weight because like you're professional. You signed. It was the short notice. You signed. You signed for 185. You knew it was a risk. You knew you could have fucked up. You could have said no.
You have to live in the moment of the opportunity, though.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like you knew there was a risk you were going to miss it, so you had to make a decision. You decided you're going to go for it, then you go for it. Now, again, yeah, late replacement. I don't remember. He was supposed to fight Branch. I just don't know when. Remember, we all gave like that RIP Branch fucking like thing when they announced the fight. Like, dude, you already died. Like, you might as well just get your shit in order, dog. But, like, look, it's cool that he didn't win the interim belt. I didn't like the interim belt thing to begin with because it's not like Whitaker's being gone for like a year or some stupid shit like that.
Exactly.
But so it's cool that it's not an interim belt. And Dana already came out and said he's got the next shot at Whitaker. He's got that the rematch. But
I've just found out that the David Branch fight was slated to be on the 24th. So it wouldn't even be this weekend, it'd be next weekend. So we actually would have had 2 more weeks to cut weight. That's a lot of time.
Yeah, it is a lot of time. That's fair enough. Shit, that's when I started taking my weight cut serious. I dropped like 10, 15 pounds in 2 weeks. Like but it's like a murder cut. It sucks. Anyway, yeah, okay, look, fair enough. He won the fight. First of all, the disrespect in the second punch was amazing. Like,
you can't say it was disrespect. The referee was in a bad position.
No, that was disrespect. You know why? As soon as I saw it, because I got to watch that fight live, right? That's the one I got to see live. The rest of the card I had to catch up on. I'm glad I missed the co-main. But that fight, except for the first round of the co-main was legit as fuck. But I watched the whole main event. And he came in, he hit him. First of all, he hit him with a beautiful left hook. Drops Rockhold. Rockhold was like sitting up with like one leg up, like he was thinking about going to half guard or some shit. And he was just like Dave, fucking first day jiu-jitsu. And all of a sudden, here comes fucking Romero with the left uppercut. That, sir, I said immediately the second after it happened, I go, that was some Hendo shit. That he's gonna make that a logo. That's gonna be fucking Romero's logo from now on. That uppercut,
the talk on the uppercut.
Yeah, just an unnecessary uppercut, because that other Hendo shit was unnecessary. They did it on Bisping, right? That's where I put it at. I put that in the same exact level. Unnecessary, disrespectful shit, but amazing.
I just lean Hendo. Right, I put it this way. I think Hendo's is more malicious. I think Romero's is more vicious.
Yeah, and deserved as fuck. I mean, finally, who didn't want to hear Rockhold shut the fuck up? Like, or who didn't want to hear Rockhold shut the fuck up?
So hard that Luke Rockhold thought he was gay, my guy.
Dude, like, he was done.
Luke was like letting Romero kiss him and shit. I'm just like, whoa.
Romero was like super. It's like, hey, you're too happy, dog. Stop. Like, I get it, but stop. No, but like, dude, that was some disrespectful shit with the uppercut. I immediately just like literally that happened. I said, that's some Hendo shit, disrespectful as fuck. And then I just imagined Hendo coming in airborne with the right hand and how it's his fucking logo now. If Romero's smart, it's his new fucking logo. I'm going to tweet him this shit. New logo, the uppercut. Like it's going to matter. But like, for real, like if you're Rockhold, how do you feel about that punch? Because that was not necessary.
He has no right to say anything about anybody and disrespectfulness. And,
100%.
And you've got to take into account, he will. I think if anybody can respect, it's on the referee and not you. Look at his ground and pound for the first and second or third round against Chris Weidman. Excuse me, sir. That was some John Jones Hamill brutal ground and pound. Like Rockhold must have been punching down at Chris Weidman, going, "Surely this is over." Like, yo, like stop me. So he understands you have to just keep going.
Well, here's the thing too. If you caught the any of the countdown shows, no. I think on one in particular. No, the one I always catch them because I watch the embeddeds, but I like the countdown shows because it shows like where they're training at and everything. And a lot of people made a lot out of Rockhold going to Henry Hoof, which I thought was Henry Hoof. Yeah, Henry Hoof. Yeah, which I thought was just it was overblown. Whatever's going on in Cali that he could get away from, he just had to. But Romero said something about I learned that once I have my opponent down, I can't let him get back up. With Whitaker, if you remember against Whitaker, he had him hurt, right? And I guess he thought he let him back up, he let him survive. So Romero came in with that "fuck you" finish, and it was just that was it. So I mean, I understood why it happened. Now he's got a title shot. Now he's got a rematch. You got to wonder, like, what changes can he make to beat Whitaker this time? Because Whitaker had him. I thought Whitaker did really well against him, like really well.
Really, really well. I think you've also got to take into account that Whitaker was carrying an injury going into that fight.
Right.
So was that the best Whitaker that could have fought against Romero, or was that as good as it was going to be? We're talking about a guy who had I believe it was knee surgery needed to have.
Yep.
So the spring for a guy who was very active and very back and forth, very good movement, very traditional kind of boxing, you think to yourself, would he have been quicker? Would he have hit harder? Would he have slipped more? Mm-hmm. Like, those are questions that, like, I look at Romero, I look at it that it's harder for Romero to beat the next Whitaker, let alone the first one.
Right. And so, yeah, that's a good point. No, but I like Whitaker in that rematch though.
100%.
I don't think it'll be a finish either. Okay, never mind. They both got heavy hands. It's more than likely gonna be a finish. But with all these fights where it's like, oh, any guy could take it, don't blink. You end up there sitting there with dry eyes for fucking 25 minutes. So you're just like, I expected the decision Whitaker's way again, but more dominant this time, like even more dominant.
Yeah.
So yeah, but you got to think, man, like, where does Rockhold go from here? Right? You know what I mean? Like I have an opponent in mind. I have an opponent in mind.
185.
Yeah, 185. Yeah, I have an opponent at 185, and I have an opponent at 205.
You're gonna say Bisping for the 185?
No.
Oh, I've seen that everywhere. Everybody's like, you know what? fuck it, last 185 fight. Let's just throw Bisping to fucking Rockhold. I'm like,
no. For Bisping, the only fight I want for Bisping is Lyoto. That's
Vito,
the only. What's that? He what?
He won't fight Vito.
No. He won't fight Vitor. Vitor doesn't deserve that shit. But actually, I would want that payback. But that's just me. No, I want to see him against Lyoto. Because I think that's a fair fight. That's like the perfect fight to go out. It'd be two fun stylists. Both guys are standing the whole time. It'd be great.
The other name that was thrown around was Rashad Evans.
I was gonna say Nick Diaz. I'm just playing.
No,
I'm just playing. Rashad Evans. Nick Diaz against Michael Bisping, by the way, would have been good like 2 years ago. Anyway, but Rashad Evans. I don't want to see Rashad Evans anywhere near an octagon ever again, or any cage.
They had a real close decision. Like Rashad had a close decision over Bisping at 205.
Dude, they had to fucking take the fight to Mexico in order for Rashad Evans to get licensed.
So he'll definitely get one in England.
Oh yeah, that's in UFC. Yeah. Make that with a man. Is there a Manchester card or a Liverpool card anytime soon?
There'll be a. I think they'll do a Manchester card at the end of the year, and that's where you'll have like Darren Till, co-main or something like that.
Okay, well, you know what? That being said, I still don't want to see Rashad Evans fighting anybody, but that's just me. As far as opponents for Rockhold at 205 and at 185, same guy, Chris Weidman. That's what I want to see him against.
That's not a bad fight.
No, but because you get to get if it was 185, Weidman just came out this last weekend saying that he thinks he should deserve the title shot over Whitaker, whatever you want to say. But, right. But Weidman gets a chance to get that W back, right? And they both been him and Weidman and Rocco been talking about going to 205. Okay, let's move up. Let's cut. Let's wait. Two bigger motherfuckers. Let's throw down. See what's up, right?
Not one of those guys is risking that. Not one of those two guys.
Right. I say that's the one I want to see. Not to mention, I think Rockhold's cocky enough to go after it, and I think Weidman believes he's better than Rockhold. Look, think of it this way: if Weidman doesn't throw that dumbass fucking spinning heel kick or whatever the fuck that was, right? Heel kick, yeah. And he doesn't get taken down, he probably wins that fight by decision.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? I think so, but that's
it's one of those that I don't know. For me, that's a really hard thing to say. Yeah, he would have, or no, he wouldn't. You know what I mean? Like there's certain fights when you look at it and go,
right.
If this would have happened. There's certain fights that I look at like that one and I go, maybe, but maybe not. Maybe he comes back that next round a little bit more quick with his head movement, doesn't get caught as much, defends the takedowns a little better. You never know. Maybe he catches him in a guillotine. It's all those variables. But what I was going to say to you about the thing with the whole Romero thing, and as far as like where we're at with him, the one thing that I'm more concerned about is I believe it was Tony from MMA Today News who said that that's 7 or 8 people who have won after missing weight now. Yeah, this year alone.
Dude, okay, so you think people are gonna start looking at it as a strategy instead? like fuck making weight. We'll just miss weight. We'll just we'll do better next time and then win the fight.
The thing is it puts you in a very good position because it is what it is. But the only problem is you forfeit if you don't. You got to bear in mind they have to take the fight. The other person has to take the fight for you even to get that. Then, but you also forfeit 30% or more of your wage.
Oh, then make it worth it, dude. Like miss by like 10 pounds. Fuck.
That's what I'm saying. Because like with Romero, he missed by a few pounds. Yeah, I get it. Blah blah blah. But the thing I look at with that is I look and I go, that's a lot of money he's probably sacrificed because 30% of his wage is probably a lot of money. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm betting he's on like the 200,000, maybe 300,000 mark.
Likely, probably.
So,
all right. Well,
Imagine if I said to you right now that you're going to lose 30% of 300,000.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of money, dude. That's a lot of money.
That's
like the tax fee a year out of one fight.
What the fuck? Sorry, I'm seeing the title on this super misleading. I'm assuming it's misleading. I have to read it still. A misleading article saying why Rickson Gracie's views on sport jiu-jitsu and self-defense are outdated.
Well, I can't say I'm surprised. Let's be kind of completely honest.
That sounds no, but that sounds like I'm gonna read it as being misleading as fuck.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. So
I'm gonna read it and get super angry, and then I'll text you everything about it. Anyway,
loads of angry emojis. So final thing of it all, like, so are we all in arms here that we're saying that Romero's getting the next shot? I know Dana said he is, but you never know.
Dude, okay, time out. These you disrespectful motherfuckers in the comments. I hate people. The people in the comments, the people in the comments and like for like posts, not like YouTube comments. People usually there are pretty cool, but like not okay. In like the live comments, the guys that tune in and everything, appreciate you guys and ladies. You guys are cool because the people that tune into the shows live is because they wanted to show up, right? But I'm seeing this is on Facebook, and some of the comments are fucking retarded. Like, it's pissing me the fuck off. Like, this is so stupid. This guy goes, Hickson, go find another tomato can. Hickson hasn't fought in like a decade, dipshit. BJJ and MMA have progressed. You need to get on the train. Let's scream at it as it passes by. You might be maybe in your like early 20s. Oh no, you're a piece of shit. I know why you're angry. Oh, fuck you, bro. You're Texan. This guy has a Texas flag on there. He hates everybody not white. I'm playing. Anyway, I'm kidding. That's just a fuck. That being said, some of the comments are pissing me off. Anyway, sorry. I know we're off the fucking, but I got triggered by like nothing triggers me like people shit talking legends in jiu-jitsu, honestly. Like
that's a fair.
Well, I was talking to somebody that came into the CrossFit gym and they train jiu-jitsu. Like, you train over there at my gym next door. Literally, my CrossFit gym gym and jiu-jitsu are right next to each other. I can walk. It's great. But he's like, you train over there? I'm like, yeah, I train over there. He's like, oh, that's cool. What do you think about Marcelo Garcia dropping Dalen Dennis? That's kind of a bitch move, right? I'm like, huh? Do you know Marcelo Garcia? Do you know that might be the most stand-up, not only guy in jiu-jitsu, but he might be the most stand-up human being on the planet. Do you know that, motherfucker? Like, Marcelo Garcia might be the coolest dude, like, most stand-up guy walking the earth. Certainly in jiu-jitsu, one of the most stand-up guys. Like, if you're a piece of shit, yeah, instead of keeping your talented piece of shit ass, he's gonna drop kick you out the door. You know what I mean? If he thinks that you're just acting out of line. But it's fucking, that kind of shit triggers me so bad, dude. I get mad. Anyway.
Right, let's go with the swiftness. So, are we all in agreement that Romero's getting the title shot next, or do we think there's going to be some more fuckery?
Oh, Dana already said that shit, but I think he'll get it.
Yeah, I know, but that's my point.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he'll get it. I mean, who else?
Nick! He's already been seen in a Reebok kit today.
Oh, it's fucking on. I saw the picture. I saw the video. It was on the Snapchat. I was laughing. I was like,
what was that all about? Can you elaborate on that? Because I don't know what that actually was all about.
Well, he was doing a photo shoot for Hemp 2.0. Like he's one of his sponsors. And he was wearing Hemp 2.0 gear and all that shit. And then he was doing some like a photo shoot doing these kicks, right? These like Taekwondo straight up and down kicks that I could never even dream about ever doing. And he ripped his jeans. So he had to go get clothes. So he just grabbed whatever he had. So it's not like he wore it on purpose. That's the dumbest shit ever. Like that guy won't wear Reebok on purpose. He's like Nate almost. He wears like similar outfit every time, to where Nate wears the same black shirt probably every fucking day. Like, you know what I mean?
You think that's like some early 2000 rappers where it was like they only used to buy white tees and they used to throw them away every day because they were like £2?
I think if you grow up the way these guys grew up, like I have some of the same, dude. I could show you a jersey that I had when I was like 12. No joke. And it was big and oversized. It probably doesn't fit now, but it's still big and oversized. But you never throw shit away, bro. You never throw shit away.
Only on weight cut day.
Only on weight cut day, and I look fucking ripped in it and shit, like big and bulky. It's fucking sick.
Swole, Eddie. Swole.
Anyway, no, it'll be Romero.
Right. Are we all in agreement that Luke needs to go to 205 or just go and be a model somewhere?
Oh shit, that's a tougher one because he showed in this fight that he may have regressed. Okay, it's either regressed, and you tell me what you think it is. I think it's a mixture of both, but more regressed than anything due to like the ass whoopings he's taken recently. But I think he's regressed, but the game has also passed him by.
I'll say this. I think that last fight, and I've said this since the fight, I think his last fight against Branch put a false narrative in his mind and out loud to people, people thought, "Oh, Rocco, man, he's a killer! Like he's back."
You think Bisping broke his chin? You think Bisping broke his chin?
I think he
because
broke.
Rocco used to be able to take a shot. All of a sudden, he can't take a shot.
Do you think it broke his will?
I think it's testing. I think it tested his love for the game. Like, here's the difference. You know how not difference. Here's my point. You know how Dana White says, well, money changes anybody, right? Money will change you. It's changed two guys that made millions at 196 and 202, right? This guy doesn't need money. He doesn't need it. He does modeling. I believe he comes from a decent enough family, right? Am I right on that? I'm not even sure. But he's never needed money. So where are you going to come up with a hunger to go bust your ass and train? Is it for the love of the sport? Sure. Is it for the love of competing? Sure. But at that level, you need something more than just that, don't you? I think.
Well, that's my when I mean will, I mean it in the context of sometimes if you get hit, no matter what it is, you can kind of, and I'm not saying he's turned into a bitch or anything like that, but there's a thing where when you get hit, or in jiu-jitsu, when you get put in an arm bar, there's a moment where you go to yourself and your body says this. It either goes instinctively tap out or instinctively go down in the case of a strike. But then there's this other moment where it goes, fuck, focus. And you either try and manipulate and turn out of the armbar, or you try and refocus on the incoming opponent that's going to try and clobber you again, in the case of Romero. I just personally feel that it was like a kill switch had been hit on him. If you look, it was the same thing. He got hit with a big left. Behind the ear, it goes down. And what's the first thing he does? Spins back against the cage. First thing that happens again, clank.
Mm-hmm.
Slightly different as far as everything landed and where it landed, etc., etc. But it was a very, very close image as you'd get to the Bisbee. And a part of me wonders if it was a subconscious mental thing where his body just went, nope, done. That's it. We're done today.
Ouch.
That's it. As opposed to, like, if that had been a completely different scenario where he just got hit with a cross, he went down, he gets back up. You know, like the earlier moments in that round where, it looked like he was going to be okay. Very similar in that same context.
Okay, I got you.
So I think it's more of a mental thing rather than his chin has gone. I think he can take the shots. I just think that subconsciously there's something not there. And I think going up to 205 where he'll feel a lot healthier because it looks like a tough cuff anyway. A tough cut anyway. So I know they all are, but you know what I'm saying.
Dude, his cut is on some fucking Conor McGregor at 145 level shit.
Exactly.
It looks bad. So yeah. Now, who do you think? Do you think Bisping would have done better against Romero?
That's a tough one, man.
I think Bisping would have got knocked the fuck out too.
I'll say this, and I'll be completely honest.
Sure.
At first, I would have said Bisping would have just danced around him 5 rounds, in my opinion. After seeing that fight, I think, what the fuck would happen? Because it kind of reminds me of that Hendo fight. I look and I think, maybe Bisping can, outpoint him for the most part and pick him apart. And then a part of me wonders, what if he just hits one of those big shots? Because we know Bisping can survive it, but then can he survive it? Do you know what I mean? It's that's that fight. I know obviously Romero's in a lot more better physical condition than Don Hendo. But
how? Yeah. Romero's in his late 30s, right?
He's like 40. I think he's 42.
Okay, what kind of Cuban supplements is he on? That fucking huge. I seriously, look, I know there's genetic freaks out there, but come the fuck on, dude. You know what I mean?
They must be testing him every morning, noon, and night.
They have to. Just keep a fucking thing in his vein right here. That way he just squirts out blood every fucking 3-4 hours as needed. That's ridiculous. It doesn't make sense.
I'll say this. Without the aid of steroids, neither me or you are going to look like him.
Oh, never. No, never. It'd be steroids and out and 20 hours a day at the gym. Like every day.
That Jackman Wolverine training drill.
What do you do? I don't know.
A fuckload of steroids and a lot of weights.
I was gonna say.
Steroids is the Rock.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I saw Les Miserables, whatever it's called, the musical,
Yeah,
And that motherfucker looks skinny as shit in that bitch. All right.
I'm not disputing it, but look at Christian Bale.
That guy was in there, dude.
Batman.
Yeah, the machinist. I thought he was gonna fucking kill himself for that movie. Like,
Nearly did.
Yeah,
but
that's fucking insane.
Look at him afterwards, and he's swole as Batman, jacked. But dude, come on, there's something not right there. I don't care what anybody says. There'll be something in 10 years' time. You know, like, I know this sounds stupid, but you know, like when you look at like legends from football or like basketball or any kind of sport, you know, those ones that were okay in their time, but nobody really spoke to them. And then they come out 10, 15 years later and they're like, yeah. So I was doing this fucking steroid and they're on the Joe Rogan podcast. We'll throw it out there.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I was on this steroid that everybody's using now, you know, like 10 years ahead.
Yeah.
Everybody's using it and getting caught for it. But for 10 years, nobody could find it. That's what Yoel Romero's going to be, that guy.
Dude, he's like some fucking weird like alien from the future that just showed up. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck these guys up now. Then I gotta find out what I'm on what those myostatin inhibitors or whatever the fuck that Rogan always preaches about. I'm on that bitch. Except you guys think I'll see here for another 30 years. I'm just coming back to fuck your world up. Now, regardless, it doesn't even matter. Anyway,
moving forward with the same principles where we're talking about with Rockhold, should he move up? What's the next for him? Curtis Blades put on a performance. Wrestle fucked the shit out of Mark Hunt. You know, Mark Hunt had him rocked a few times, but for the most part, it was clinch, takedown, repeat. Clinch, takedown, repeat. That's all he needed to do. He got the W. I personally felt that if there'd have been like 20 more seconds when Curtis Blades was on top of him in full mount, I think he would have finished that fight there and then, if I'm being completely honest. But shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Can we? Yeah. Can we stop giving Mark Hunt wrestlers? Can we just stop? Who are we fucking fooling here? Mark Hunt's gonna fight for the title over again? No, he got his shot. Didn't work out. Sorry, dude. That's it. Okay, you're not. He's not gonna fight for the title. Can we just see Mark Hunt some fucking fun fights for the last like 3 fights or 2 fights, whatever he's got left?
I think he said he's having 2 more fights and then he's retiring. But he
good.
Said
let's get some strikers
outside of the organization. So I don't know if that was his last fight. I don't know.
Is his contract up?
I don't know if his contract is up, and I don't know if not, he might have 1 more fight and he'll have 2 fights outside of the octagon.
Wow, let's see him in Rising.
No, I think he said it. Dan Hardy, he tweeted out that he thought it would be fun if he actually just went to Glory for 2 fights.
Fuck yeah, no wrestling, no takedowns, good to go. All right, let's do it. All right, cool. I'm down with that plan.
Over Hooven, you fucks.
I'm down with that plan. No more MMA for this dude. I don't want to see no takedowns. That was sad as shit. Every time Blades would take him down, I'm like, it's another minute taken off his career. Fuck. Why? Blades stand with him. That being said,
that overhand thruster. Oh my god. Look, he does crisp as well. He turns under the top and he just rolls with it. It's so beautiful.
He's done it for so many years.
Oh yeah. For sure.
So 18 years, something like that. He's been fucking fighting. Retarded number.
It must be easily because it was early 2000 when he won K1. We're at 2000. Yeah. 2001 was the K1, I believe.
Oh, well, there you go. Almost 20 years of this shit, dude. What the fuck?
And he used to be a builder. He was just a fucking, he were a fucking building fucking on construction sites and shit. Like, that's what he did.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you have a dream, motherfuckers, pursue that shit. You never fucking know. All right? 20 years later, knock a motherfuckers out, maybe.
DJ was in construction as well, weren't he?
Get the fuck out. What was he? The fucking...
No, I'm serious. Hold on. All right, I'm going to find this Instagram picture.
Bruh, can you imagine a guy that short in construction?
Dude, that's mad disrespectful.
I couldn't respect it.
Worse, you know what's even worse about that? I actually know people who work in construction that's smaller than me, and I'm 5'10".
Yeah, me too. I'm 5'10", but I mean, at the same time, like, what is he, 5'3", 5'4"?
Okay, right. Okay.
Yeah.
He was mad disrespectful.
All right, real quick, just to tie up the. I'm gonna tie up the Mark Hunt thing. Yeah, let's just move on. No more wrestlers, dude. No more wrestlers.
No more wrestlers.
That being said, Curtis Blades is a problem.
Oh, he is. I don't like people saying that he fought against Francis Ngannou who beat him now. I'm just like, come on.
No, let's not get ahead of ourselves, ladies and gentlemen. But at the same time, we just saw the champion, the champion of the heavyweight champion of the world, take down Francis Ngannou with ease. Not saying Curtis Blades is a better wrestler, but he could take Ngannou down. But we don't know yet if he be. Look, how about this? I want to see the rematches in like a year, maybe a year or 2 years. You know what I mean? Let's see that rematch.
Boys could actually get to that point. To be fair, like I think he could earn the shot.
It just
I'm sending you a picture.
Okay, I just think people will call him like boring and shit, which would be lame as shit. But dude, he's shorter than a jackhammer.
Yeah, hey,
bro, he looks like a child in a fucking. It's like he wore his dad's clothes to show and tell in like elementary school. I'm on the record as being a DJ fan. All right, they know I'm fucking around.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'll let you off, but yeah, that's him in construction.
All right, wait, good for him. But shit, again, follow your dreams, motherfuckers. Or go punch somebody. You never know, it might work out.
Exactly. Right. So hopefully Mark Hunt gets to fight for some big money fights against people who he knows will actually be on steroids. He can do them if he really wanted to, but it'd be a lot more fun.
You know what we need to start doing? We need to start doing a segment called "What If They Were on Steroids."
Oh, Jesus Christ!
And let's say like, let's see if we can do a simulation. Okay, so go on UFC 3 and see if you can like edit Mighty Mouse and make him super jacked at 125.
I want to see Teruto Ishihara at welterweight as jacked as Tyron Woodley. That's what I want to see.
Awesome.
I just wanted to see him walking in with his bitches, looking like a cheap dub martial arts video, and he's the bad guy at the end. That's what I wanted to do.
That'd be fucking great. Okay, besides him, besides Ishihara, who was the one person who you want that you could be like, look, man, I'm gonna make sure you don't get caught. I'm gonna put you on the steroids, new steroids.
John Jones. What the fuck are we talking about?
That's who you would do that. Really? That's the guy?
Yes, just imagine if he never got caught, we wouldn't have all this fucking palaver, and John Jones would just be decisively the greatest of all time. It'd be just easy.
Who would you? Okay, that makes okay. Besides John Jones, that's a cop out.
No, okay, right. I'll let you go first. You've got somebody in mind.
All right. If there was one person in the entire UFC that I want to put on steroids, and that they would, it was guaranteed they would never get caught, and they would their entire career on roids, because I think it'd be fun as fuck for this to happen. Okay. No, relax. It's funny. I would want like it's so stupid. I want Henry Cejudo on steroids.
Oh my!
And make him huge, but it's so heavy he has to fight a heavyweight, and then like he'd be like a spider monkey, like you know what I mean? Like he'd be like so fast. Right, he just comes up, pop, punches, like misses all of them, but he runs around behind the leg and he climbs up like a fucking Oompa Loompa and takes the back. And he's like so strong, he just stays there. And then like on some Dragon Ball Z shit, just blows himself up, wants to fight that way.
Fuck's sake.
Or a chick that's not cyborg.
Joanna, so she can target Cyborg.
What?
I want that jacked. I want Joanna juiced up to the gills. It looks like Jessica Andrade at 145.
Dude. Like Cyborg's like, nobody can fight against me. I'm too good. Yeah. My boyfriend tweets for me all day. That's what she said to me. I don't know. Anyway, but here comes Joanna. Here comes roided up Joanna. Sup, bitch? Let's go. Oh, this podcast is off the rails. Speaking of Joanna, real quick, your thoughts on all the excuses she's making after saying she would make no excuses?
In the words of John Jones, she sounded like a mental midget.
I'm saying. Right? I'm sick of this shit. Can she shut the fuck up and train? She's got a bad motherfucker she's got to fight. Can we just train?
I'm proud of her that she's not doing the Ronda Rousey thing and went media side.
Right. She's doing the opposite. She's talking too fucking much. Like, stop. Stop. Shut the fuck up. All right, stop telling people it's your weight cut problem. It's this problem. Is that? I don't even know what the fucking like the most recent one is. But she comes up with something new every fucking day.
I didn't like the brain freeze thing that she said. That really pissed me off.
That was weird. I was like, really? That's what it was?
Like, come on. You got hit, and then you got hit, and you got hit, and you got hit. That was the problem.
Yeah, it's like, you know, sorry, G.I. Jane's the one that knocked you out, bro. You need to fucking move on. Like, settle down.
Is coming through with the power.
Right? So anyway, I was wondering what you thought about that because I know that's your girl. You're a fan.
Yeah, in fairness, though, Rose is my girl too.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Rose. I'm like, I was so hyped. I'm still hyped that she's a champion. Now I'm gonna be nervous for every one of her fights now.
Yeah, yeah. Right. I'm gonna throw this out. I hope Joanna puts on a better display. I hope Rose still edges it or wins it. Because you know what's really funny? You know when you used to see it, I love the memes that have been going around. You know, like when you see Rose before she won the title, now that you've seen her with the title, like she looks happy. Like how weird is that though? Like she walks around now like happy.
Like I wonder if as soon as they start doing media, she'll go back to that like go fuck yourself face. Because you seen that video, right? Where they're like her, Holly Holm, and who's in the at the very end?
I have no idea.
Somebody, and they're all like, "Yeah, cool, we're here." And this was like, first of all, I adopted that. That's my face before every tournament from now on. Like, while I'm waiting for my division to go, I was like, it's like that the whole time. That's what I'm gonna do.
Because you're not gonna have that weight class because somebody's gonna pull out with a fight with you.
That pissed me so fucked. Anyway, bruh. All right, moving on. What else we got?
The last style bender, Israel Adesanya.
Dude, when he lost his shit, got pissed off, he got blood spit on him. Like Wilkinson spit blood on him. He looked, motherfucker, bah, 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 just fucked his world up.
I don't think he meant to spit on him. I think he was just spitting out. She's like, whatever.
Yeah, but he got him. And
then he looked down and he's like, this motherfucker.
Yeah. He's like, bitch. I said, bitch. Boom, fucked him up.
I think that, you know what, right? This was the perfect introduction to him because myself included, my biggest fear was that he was going to end up getting taken down and wrestle fucked. And I was just like, please don't let this be one of those things. Like, I want to kind of see this star develop because this kid is so damn talented. And with that first round, I was like, oh, God, please, God, no. And then from there, Jesus Christ, that second round, I'm just so glad from a fan perspective that now we have somebody who lived up to the hype and showed you exactly what they stand for. Was it exactly how we wanted? No. But God damn, it was entertaining.
His fucking post-fight interview was genius. It was brilliant. It was perfect. You know what I mean? Like, what do you say? It was like middleweight. He's like, I just pissed all over your whatever.
He said like, I'm the new dog in here. Yeah. This is the pen, and I just pissed all over it. It's like,
oh, so good. I was like, God damn.
My favorite thing is where he just turned around and he was like, I see all of you following me.
Yeah.
But none of you are putting your names up when you see my name on a contract. I'm like, I see you following me on social medias, but you are trying to see me when it comes to fighting me. Like,
he said 4 people turned on the fight.
And every one of them were probably a stand-up dude that knew that they were going to get the lights turned out. If they go hand to hand, foot to foot.
They weren't going to offer that fight to a wrestler. They wanted a entertaining fight. But as far as like them two go, to get the most out of Israel, you need him against a stand-up guy, obviously. But yeah, dude, I think this kid's done his homework. Like they asked him for a name. Who you want to be in here next? He's like, he didn't even say that. He skipped it and gave you a better answer. You know what I mean? Exactly. Like that was a better answer than the name. He could have thrown whatever name he wanted. Instead, he just fucking pissed all over the cage. It was fucking great.
It's one of those things. I think the only way that you can ever say anything better is if you literally memorize everybody that's above you in the rankings and reel off every last one of the names and even the champion. Like I think that's the only way you could literally go da da da, and then just literally list the one and go, all of you are on notice. Like, ooh, okay.
How long do you think before they push him to the title shot? Because they're gonna try.
No, I think, in my honest opinion, I think this is one of those opportunities where they'll actually take it and go, let's make him a star.
Okay. Here's the thing: Dana White would do that. WME won't. WME's in a hurry.
But yeah, with that same thing said, though, what's the best way to get the most out of him? Make interesting fights for him. So
yeah, but you're speaking from a point of view that you have common sense. These motherfuckers don't.
See, yeah, but I think though this time round though, it's like there's only so much you can do. Do you know what I mean? And I think if they rush him just too quick, like if you can give him, and I mean this in all due respect, but if you give him a few people that are highly probable they'll get knocked out by him,
cans. You got to get cans.
Well, not necessarily cans, but I'm just saying people who are not going to potentially.
Right. Okay.
From their perspective, you have to make sure you don't put on a boring fight where he could lose it. So put him in fights where it's going to be at least entertaining. Because win or lose, his stock doesn't really matter. He can still keep on going if he has a good fight, a fun fight.
Okay. Here's a video game fight for you. Israel against MVP.
I knew you were going to say that. I fucking knew it.
Whatever. I'd love to see it
all day, and I knew you were going to throw that fight.
No. I literally just thought about it right now. I completely forgot because I was going to tell you they need to give him the MVP treatment right now. Get him some wins. I know padded, whatever. Get it. Let him get some training in on the groundwork. All right, he needs time. Okay, we don't know what ground game, if any, he has. Okay, don't fucking rush him in there like Pedro Zan.
He's a blue belt in Jiu-Jitsu.
Okay, cool. So he knows how to defend.
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah. No. I mean, look, I'm complete disclosure. I'm a 4-stripe white belt. I'm on deck, hopefully. Okay, for blue. Okay. That being said, I have friends that are blue belts. Okay, and I train with them every day, and they're just very good at defending things. And that's where I feel like that's what you blue belt is, just you're good at defending things, and you got some submission. You're allowed to use heel hooks now and shit, whatever the fuck. But that's good. That's a good start. That's a really good start. I like that. But yeah, again, I want to know where his wrestling's at. Like, you can't give him he's a 185, right? You can't give him like a Weidman. You can't give him a Weidman. You can't give him Romero, really.
No, you do. Yeah, but you're talking about right now.
Top 5.
Like, this guy's 24. You know, you're about giving him. He's not even ranked yet.
So
not even ranked.
So give him winnable fights for what, a year, 2 years?
Well, he only needs 2 fights to be, or 3 fights in a year. Think about that though. You've got to take that into account.
So I give him a year and a half.
Right.
Before they throw him in there with a killer and try to give him a title shot.
Right, so we're going by middleweight. I'm going to pull up the rankings just so that we could potentially throw these. You know what, UFC, can we have some rankings where it kind of just shows you who's 16th, 17th, 18th as well? It'd be kind of fun to see who could potentially fight that's not in the top 15 in case they don't want to give him straight away. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I just think it's so stupid that we don't have anybody. We don't know who's 16, 15, you know, who's signed, but like in that top 20-ish. Like, come on. Right. You've got Brandon Tavares. You've got fucking throw him against Lyoto Machida. I don't give a fuck. Slay the dragon.
That'd be mean. That'd just be mean.
Okay then. Vitor versus Israel. Call this karma.
Yes, I'm down with that. Cool.
The only other person
real quick, with Vitor, I'd be worried about the experience factor. But okay, I'm down with that fight.
I'd be worried about getting your head kicked off by this young kid, my guy.
No, for sure. But I mean, it's not like he's the first young guy Vitor fights.
Okay, Uriah Hall, if you want to kill somebody. I know Uriah Hall's.
Now that's a fun fight.
It is, but I don't know. No. Okay, David Branch. David Branch. That's the perfect fight. Everybody beats David Branch. Let's go, David Branch.
That night, man, I don't even like David Branch, and that just sounds evil. Like, you just want to get this boy killed. Like, he didn't do nothing to you. All right, he just came over from the World Series of Fighting, thinking because he was a two division champion in World Series of Fighting that he could pull some shit over here.
Okay, right. So if I'm being completely honest, these are the fights that I give him depending on who's available and whatnot. Okay. I go Vitor first.
Sure.
Because you can't give Lyoto because obviously he got finished in his last fight. Oh no, he lost his last fight, didn't he? No, he didn't.
Yeah. No, he won by decision.
Lyoto won his last fight, right? Lyoto against decision. Yeah. Right. I was just getting confused because I thought, because it was a really close decision, right? But he was in Brazil, so go figure. Lyoto against this kid, I'm all for it. Then him versus Vitor next, and then by the time all this kicks around, you could potentially have him against Branch. Maybe even Bisbin or Kelvin. I like him against Kelvin, by the way.
I think he'll be gone before Bisping, or Bisping will be gone before he gets home.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I'm just, yeah.
But either way, I want this kid to do well, man. I really do.
Me too. I'm a fan of his right now, which is funny because everyone on Twitter was like, "Oh, cool. Now you guys are a fan of him." I'm like, "Whoa, people can't be fans of him? All right, cool. I guess we can't do that."
My thing with that though is it was very funny to me because I've followed him for a long while, and I've had and I remember hearing about him on. I don't even think it was the JRE podcast. I think it was on a different one. I heard about him a few years ago, and I followed him like half-heartedly. I knew he was. I'd seen somebody finish, watched a couple of his fights, not many, and it's like. Then I saw, when it comes up like a notification when loads of people have been doing something like liking the same picture as everybody else or following the same person, and it comes up with all the different names. So I clicked on it, opened it, and it was his Twitter account, and it was just fucking people who like about 20 people who I follow all started following him. I was like, oh, okay. Like, it's cool to follow him and be a fan and everything like that, and he was very entertaining, and that's what you want. It does make me laugh, though, that people did it that night. Do you know what I mean? Like, they must have literally got right following him. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I'm with you. Sorry. 95% sure John Jones is gonna fight in 2018.
Of course.
Someone tell Makikawa to stop playing with our emotions.
Yeah, but he will though. Like, retrospectively, I think they've proven that it was a tainted supplement. I think it's just a case of now it's just the punishment, and it'll be retrospective anyway. So they'll go back to last year when he fought.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
What?
The MMA never ceases to amaze
But this leads us on to his next point, because I wanted to talk to you about this. Obviously, I think yesterday when you were saying like sometimes MMA Twitter is just too much.
I can't stand MMA Twitter.
Right. So
okay.
No, I just want to delve into it. So, like, I want to talk about the pros and cons of it. So, I'll let you lead, my guy, because you've obviously been feeling some kind of way.
Well, I'll start off with Floyd Mayweather tweeting out that picture of him against in front of McGregor with Floyd throwing an elbow.
And I'd like to also point out that picture wasn't even from the fight with him and
100%. 100% wasn't. It's totally Photoshop. But it looks to me like his elbow might be dislocated and flying towards McGregor's face. Like, that shit looks off to me. Like,
the thing is, to me, when I looked at that, I was like, if you threw an elbow like that, you would get Jose Aldo'd again.
Man, I don't want to, dude. Please don't fucking make that stupid fight. Please.
It's like, I kind of want to see it just so I can see Floyd get fucking smashed to pieces for 5 rounds.
Well, Floyd will find a way to fuck with the rules.
Nah. If you fight
he will.
Nah. Either way, I'm not being funny with you, but if he fights even in kickboxing, he's getting his leg kicked off. Fuck off.
Oh, he'll say like hands only, no kicks. Like, we're boxing. That's what we're doing. We're boxing. We're boxing with 4-ounce gloves. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Okay, Floyd. Anyway,
if that's the case, then Conor might have him. Just saying.
Yeah. Here's the thing. And moving on to MMA Twitter.
Yeah.
It's okay. I guess I'll fucking start off with saying I've met a shitload of cool fucking people on MMA Twitter. 1000%. You, Fred, Jesse, Andy, rest in peace, and Aaron Robbins. I mean, shit. Raider Jab on here. Joey Tremendous, like people like that, everyone like that. You know what I mean? Brad, I didn't even know Brad until you whatever, introduced us and shit. And, yeah. And then we ended up shooting shit on Twitter all the time now. Just back and forth sometimes. And you know what I mean? A lot of cool people. Then there's cunts who are just cunts for the sake of being cunts. Like, it's to the point like with social media is so disgusting. Some people like choose to get on just to be fucking assholes. You know what I mean? And it's just like, dude, you wouldn't say that shit to my face, bruh. Like,
I love it when people like that. Is the funny thing is those same people turn around and they'll say something sideways about you, and they won't even at you, my guy. Like, you know
that I mean? Bothers me, especially when they do it, but they blocked you, so they can't even at you anyway, and you got to hear it from somebody else. Like, believe me, I just gotta keep my mouth shut. I've been very good at taking the high road because that's just who I am. That's just my personality, right? Unless you're standing in front of me, in which case you better be ready to throw down if you're going to talk some shit to that extent, right?
Right.
You know, if you're gonna cross the certain line that I have, but we're face to face, we're gonna deal with it. But people think like I get shit on DMs from people that follow other people that talk shit, and I get like the screen cap, and I get a really good laugh out of it because it's like you were too much of a coward to at me on that shit. You know what I mean? So it's like, why do it at all? Like you showing your ass to everybody else. You know what I mean? It just bothers me. Like MMA Twitter has been like heavy for the last like fucking like 2 years, man. Like you can't have an opinion about Conor McGregor, for example, or Nate Diaz one way or the other, because somebody on either side is not only gonna be like, oh, well, I don't agree. They're not gonna be like, oh, I don't agree with you, and here's why. They're gonna be like, fuck you, fuck everything about you. You're such a cocksucker. You're balls deep in fucking Conor, bro. Why you gotta be balls deep in Conor, bro? He's not even a real killer. Or, you know, oh, fucking, I can't stand those potheads, Nate Diaz and Nick Diaz. They're always smoking weed. Like, first of all, if you're against smoking weed, go fuck yourself. All right.
And that was like the most. You know what? That was such a bullshit way of like, oh, I'm gonna go against Conor, like balls deep and all these other things that you said. And then when it comes to the name, we're like, oh yeah, the pothead.
No, but also no. I wasn't done. I wasn't done. Anyway. But you know, like the one that I hear about Nate all the time is like, why don't you have a fun, you know, like they just push it with the McGregor shit and they push it with the Nate shit. That's just an example. Everybody does this shit for everybody, right? So for the last like 2 years, I feel like it's been like heavy bullshit. Like, I don't know, man. It's fuck it. I'll break the fourth wall. What do you think about the podcasting in MMA right now? Specifically, if we talk about MMA media, you got to bring in clickbaitfighting.com and MMA. We're now TMZ Junkie and all these motherfuckers that aren't really reporting anymore.
I'll go this way. I'll go this way. So when it comes to MMA Twitter, I find it very interesting that a lot of people don't like to look at every angle. Granted, I try and look at every angle, and I may come out with certain angles that might sound like shit. Totally understand that. To some people, that's fine. But I think it's so important to analyze every angle and work out every scenario because, you know, at the end of the day, you've got to plan for the worst case scenario, but what's highly probable. Do you know what I mean? And right. I think that a lot of people don't want to look at and go, this person could lose because of this. This person could win because of this.
Right.
And they don't like the variables. A lot of fans just want it to be, this guy's better at stand-up and he has okay takedown defense. This guy has great takedown defense, but he's not so good at like striking. So they go, that guy's going to win because he can strike. Every fight stands on the feet, you know, and he's got a little bit of takedown defense. They don't want to look at that takedown defense only takes one time for you to be taken down. Getting up is a whole different thing.
So those are the motherfuckers that make this super exhausting. The ones that don't look at different angles. They just want to see their own view and they're right, you're wrong. Go fuck yourself if you disagree with them. Those are the fuckers that make this shit exhausting.
The media side of it, you know what? It's kind of heartbreaking to me because a few years ago I wanted to be involved in the whole journalism thing. You know, I wanted to be involved in reporting things, getting interviews with fighters and whatnot.
Yeah.
We'll still do interviews with fighters. Don't get it twisted. But the thing is, though, is like, from my perspective now, there's very few reporters, journalists, writers, whichever way you want to be categorized, that I think do this for purely the fact of wanting to report it. I think over this past 2 years, it's slowly coming back around to where the point where it's actually getting there. I think there's a dozen maybe now who I could say proper writer, proper journalist, proper reporter, and they're actually being what journalists are supposed to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're investigating, proving facts. We're getting details. We're finding out everything. There is a handful of those guys, and you will, again, MMA media is even younger than MMA, if you're being completely honest.
By a lot.
I think, yeah, exactly. Like a lot. Like there's barely anybody who's been reporting it more than maybe 10, maybe 15 years tops. Do you know what I mean? Like,
right.
For the most part, full time and doing it all the way, and that's nothing else but that they've done. So I think that as far as the media is concerned, I think it is a horrible point because we're at that kind of point now where it's like, put it like this, it's like in the 90s where, you know, like there was bad sexism, bad racism, bad homophobia. Do you know what I mean? Like was predominant because at that point we didn't have a social compass to kind of say you can't do that. Now people are calling out journalists that are doing clickbait articles. They're calling out the journalists for improper statistics and facts, and calling them out also for not giving credit where credit's due from other journalists that actually do get the scoop first. So I think we're moving forward to the point where people get so sick of calling out, they either have to stand by and do the legit work, or they have to go. And I think we're at that point now where a lot of journalists are coming through that are legit. And I'm hoping that this makes it fast forward over the next year.
And here's the thing. As someone that worked as a journalist professionally, I have my degree and everything from, legit degree, not one of those online degrees that like you can get from like a no-name fucking university and it's like, oh, here, by the way. No, like I went to school for years to learn how to properly do journalism, right? And for what I see, the guys that are good journalists now are not a bit well known. Does that make sense?
Oh, of course.
Like none of them. Like not one.
There's a few of them that work for Flow Combat that I will say that are up there.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like well known. None of them have a name as big as like Helwani.
In fairness, there's like 3 people who have big names. As far if we want to be really honest,
right. But can you really say they're journalists? And
no, of course not. I'm just saying that though, if we're gonna label them, technically that's what we probably put them under, really.
Right. Right. But here's okay. Because now we're switching off of the social media thing or the Twitter media, which is fine. Actually, I prefer it. Here's my thing. We need to start figuring out. People need to start figuring out what is what. To call a guy like Helwani a journalist is misleading, in my opinion.
Yeah,
okay, because he's not investigating shit. You know what I mean? He gets promo.
Please, I'll clean your house.
He's a promo piece. And I'll tell you what. I was listening to part of I guess Forrest Griffin has a podcast, and someone sent me a snippet of it where he's talking to Megan Olivi's fine ass, and I think Joe Benavides is there, and Ronald Eddie. And they're talking. Forrest Griffin brings up Helwani, and Megan O'Leary bullshits everybody because for sure she knows who he is. She goes, "I've never heard of him." Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, yeah, you have. Come on now. But whatever. But he goes, yeah, that guy kind of, he basically insinuated that Helwani took advantage of his friendship with him to get him on his show and say some shit that he didn't mean to say. And then he slammed him about it, right? And like Forrest Griffin was like, I'm never talking to that guy again. Like, that's not a journalist. Like, journalists don't do that. That's a promo guy. That's a promo piece. That's a guy that goes, come on my show. A lot of people watching, whatever, and I get fucking views. Like, so I think I have a problem with him being called a journalist, right? Like guys like Ryan Thomas, who we both know. He's legit as fuck. Fuck, how do you say his name? The guy that does all the reporting about the Russian, not the Russian, the
I know who you're on about.
Zidane. Zidane? Forgot his name. That guy's legit. Mike Russell, I would say, is legit, right?
James Lynch, pardon me.
James Lynch is legit as fuck. All right, I like that dude, but he does good work. But I'm talking like guys that like primarily got into journalism in order to get like a TV job. You know what I mean? Which fair enough, but don't call yourself a journalist. Like, now you're making all the journalists look bad.
True, but if the journalists have been bad already, we know a few journalists that are actual journalists that are bad.
Yeah, that crooked neck fuck.
Yeah, the fucking that guy. Yeah,
Earthworm. Powerful earthworm. Yeah, I can't stand that dude because he's full of shit and there's a lot of like shadiness to him. That being said, here's the thing about this: being like a straight, now we're off the rails completely, but being a straight up on point journalist, the way the job is meant to be, you cannot make money doing it. Like, it's hard to make a living doing it.
You have to be a podcast.
You have to do what I call playing the game. You got to play the game that is not 100% clean, sir. You just can't do it.
I don't think that there will ever be. I'll rephrase that. I don't think for this foreseeable future there's anybody who can be purely a quote unquote writer.
Right.
If you're going to be a journalist now,
you gotta
you
be
have to do a podcast.
right. You have to be a multimedia journalist. You gotta do everything. Like I was trained as a in college I was trained as a broadcast journalism journalist, broadcast journalist, right? But it's a multimedia. I know how to shoot photo. I can use a DSLR. I know Photoshop. I know fucking Final Cut Pro. All that shit, I mastered it. I'm good on all that shit. And being an actual journalist. And I trained as an anchor for a fucking news show. And I trained as on camera. And I trained behind the camera. I did everything. That's what you're supposed to do as multimedia, right? You're right. You can't just be a writer anymore. It's difficult. You know what I mean? To make money off of that. It's just weird, man.
I think it's incredibly difficult. That's why I think now, like, the major problem is going to be the writers with no quote unquote personality, you know, like conversational wise.
Yeah.
It's tough sell. Whereas if you can write and you can speak and articulate your work or interact with, you know, people in, you know, this kind of manner, then I think you're going to be well ahead. But I think that the major problem is the same with newspapers. Media is dead. Like the written paper is dead. Like the written articles are dead. Nobody's trying to. What you can read in 5 to 10 minutes compared to what you can hear over 2 is vastly different. And people are about saving time. And you're all right. You know, if we were to listen to a Joe Rogan podcast in written form and to read it from listening and read it, it would take us 2 days, 3 days.
Easily.
Whereas,
now, okay. So in that case, and I know what you're saying. Okay, let's go on to the next step here. And again, the fourth wall's been mulched,
run with it.
right? It's gone.
Not that bitch down.
As far as the podcast goes, how far? Like, I started mine, right? When I started mine, like years ago, like I thought, look, as long as it's still fun, I'm gonna keep doing it, right? As long as it's still fun, I'm gonna keep doing it. There's people that start this shit thinking they're gonna make like they're gonna be stars off of it, like immediately. Like, they don't understand it takes multiple years to get there. And I'm not gonna lie to you, a handful of fucking good breaks. Like, you know what I mean?
100%.
Like, and it's just weird. Like, what?
My entire thing is, I really, really wanted to put out entertaining content from a fan perspective of the sport, and have the interaction with fighters and other people involved in MMA. Like, I genuinely think and you know, I get slated all the time for my opinions on Twitter because I don't just go with whoever the hardcore fans want. If I like any other fighter, or if I think that somebody else will beat him, I'm going to say it. I'm not just going to turn around and, you know, I'm not going to blow the person who's the most popular or who's on the most current win streak just because. Do you know what I mean? Like, I see so many people who were like, fuck Yo Romero, like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and then everybody's, you know, screaming his praises, and especially over this weekend, and prior to that doing the I love you Mike thing after that dropped on the Joe Rogan podcast. Like, there's a part of me, I will never ever run on that train. Like, I won't always agree with what everybody says. I just won't. And I thought it was important from a fan perspective to broadcast it, that some fans might feel that way. If not, you can disagree with me. That's fine. And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to give a fan perspective about the world of MMA, what's going on in MMA, and more. I just wanted to entertain and just have fun because I love this sport.
Yeah, see, here's the thing. So the reason I did it, and that's cool too, though, but like, because that's a great way to get into it, or that's a good mindset to have. But I started it because I have my friends here in town, sort of in town, but they live like almost 30 minutes away. They can't come down, and I can't go up there every weekend. It's just hard to do. You know what I mean? Everyone's got families and everything. So, but I thought, how can I shoot the shit in a round table type of way with people who are fucking awesome, who I would have a beer with if I was in front of them? Oh, podcast online, do it, throw it up live if we want to, do Google Hangouts, and that'll be it. Thus, what I do with, you know, me, Fred, and Jesse, just shooting the shit. Literally, like, me and Fred usually kicking back. You know, he's usually, you know, going into something or other, and sometimes I am too. Maybe I'll have a beer. Who knows? You know, Jesse's usually working, so he kind of takes time out of his day. But know what I mean? Just like a hangout type of thing, like a conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now you got people that come out here and it's weird. Like, I don't knock the hustle. Don't get me wrong. I'm not negative against towards these people because it's just a different way to do it, right? Like the people that put out like Patreons and like ask for donations and just say wild shit to get people to like. And look, again, fair enough. Look, there's a president here right now that got on there saying wild shit. Do your thing, dog. I mean, it might work. You know what I mean? That is on us completely. But that being said, that being said, like it's just everything's changing so rapidly. Like, I guess my thing is this. Like this, I've been questioning the podcasting thing for. I'll just be fucking open about it. I've been questioning the whole podcasting thing for like a solid like year now. Like last year, like hey, inside information, I was gonna cut the shit out. You know what I mean? Last year I was gonna stop. I was this close to stopping. The SoundCloud, yeah, the SoundCloud thing. Like SoundCloud costs money that I need. And again, it's only $140 some, I think it is, something like that, a year for the pro. Fair enough. That's $100 some. I could use something else. Like, you know what I mean? And so I was questioning it, and that fucking, the re-up was coming up, and I remember I was talking to Jesse about it, and Jesse's like, oh, so what are you gonna do? I'm like, I might just be done, dude. Like, I don't feel like paying anymore. And I was thinking about, I'm gonna keep throwing money into this thing. And cool, again, I still do it for fun, but after a while, how long is it gonna take for me to not be able to justify that money? You know what I mean? And the time, right? Not just I'm doing the show, but editing, cutting video up, taking the audio, putting it online, blah 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 blah, whatever the fuck, promoting, hours and hours and hours of just cuz. You know what I mean? So it's just like I started questioning it big time, and then like last second, Jesse got to me. He's just like, I was like, all right, let's give it one more year. Like, all right, let's do it. And so I signed the thing again. I think it's in August. My contract's back up. We have to figure that out again. But it sounded
like the last fight of his fucking contract.
Yeah, no, I sound like Rogan. Like, oh, I don't know, I might sign again for another year. I don't know, whatever.
Oh,
but it's just weird, man. Like, I'm not gonna say it's discouraging to see all this shit going down now. I don't know. It's I find myself wondering because look, people say greatness is a lot of small things, a lot of little things done right, right?
Yeah.
But in order to make this one thing great, for example, podcasting, you're gonna have to say no to a lot of other shit. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I say no to very little shit. Like, I do this, I go train CrossFit, I go to Jiu-Jitsu, I'll do, fucking, dude, I do a lot of shit, man. I fucking, I obviously work, kids and all that, and, fucking all the other shit that I do. Like, I do a lot of things, and I wonder, like, what would I cut out to focus on this with more time? You know what I mean? It's not gonna be jits. It's not gonna be CrossFit. I love training. You know what I mean? It's not gonna be work. So I mean, so it's like I find myself like questioning that, like at least once a month. I'll be sitting there going like, what are we doing? Like, I enjoy this. Where are we going with this? You know what I mean?
See, for me, this feels like a Brendan Schaub moment.
Oh, are you gonna Brendan Schaub me, motherfucker?
No, not all. See, for me, 100%. I think the main reason I will continue doing this and I love doing this is because Nick, you, Brad, and the countless guests that we've had on.
Yeah.
If one person was just like everybody, I've been blessed. There's a lot of people, high profile, quote unquote, low profile, quote unquote, but like from fighters who are just breaking into the UFC, fighters that haven't, to commentators, to legends, to past fighters, to friends that who are in media and everything. Like, I fucking love doing this because I get to talk to people who actually want to talk to, and I get to talk to them about things that we both care about or we will both have a good time talking about. So like, to me, when I look at like everything I do, I try and not look at it as a job. I don't like, I know I'm not making 25 million or anything like that of it. I just like to look at it and go, I love talking about MMA with people who love this art and sport. Like, I love when we do Triggered and we get to talk about the most stupidest shit because I get to talk to one of my best friends about just the fucking stupidest thing in the world. I think that when I get to talk to people like Brad and we get to, like, he's a much more educated fan. Educated, I put that word out very loosely on a lot of people, but he's a very educated fan. He knows so many little quirky things about MMA. And it's fun because, like, even though I'm a massive fan, like, I get to learn something from my friend. And it's not like he's, you know, contradicting or like he's condescending. He's just giving you little bits. And I'm like, I didn't know that. That's fucking cool. And I love all this. Like, I love having this interaction with people who I actually love talking to. So for me, I try and look at it as like, is some of it an effort? Maybe, yeah. Sometimes do I feel tired? Yeah. But the thing is, though, is like, I'd only be DMing you in the fucking comments anyway, talking about this shit to you anyway. I'd only be, you know, tweeting out my thoughts about a fighter. So for me, I just go, fuck it, man. What's this? What's 15 minutes, 20 minutes, however long it takes me to upload it, in consideration that I'd only be talking and shooting the shit anyway with, you know, you on Twitter or Brad or whoever. So it's like, fuck it, let's just talk about it. Like, and then if other people enjoy it, cool. If they don't, whatever, because I'd still have this conversation with you offline.
Right. And again, like I still do it because of that. That's the reason why. Because I met too many cool motherfuckers doing this shit that I wouldn't want to stop talking to. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm like still going at it. But it's just, man, that's when like the MMA Twitter gets on. It's just getting heavy on you. You're like, oh, you're annoying, you know. But it's all good, dude.
Shout out to Liam Hughes in the comments as well. He turned around and said, hope Ash's pregnancy is going well. My missus is doing really, really well. She's still early, but I think he's going to be here early, and I'm hoping he's going to be here quick time. So I hope I get to see my little boy's face soon rather than later. Shout out to Rose as well in the comments as well. Thanks for popping in as well. But yeah, like I say, these people like who come through and tune in, like, you guys make it worth it as well. Like when we see you in the comments, like, I love the interaction. I love some of the, you know, the, as we call it, the banter that you have back and forth, and you know what I mean. Yeah. And so it's a lot of fun, dude. So I don't know. I just, for as long as I love talking about MMA, like to people and friends, you know, and whatnot, like I just couldn't imagine not. Like, because I'd only be shooting it offline. So I just think that as long as people enjoy it, you know what I mean, then cool. But I'll just keep doing it because I love the interaction. I've got to talk to a lot of cool people who I would have never got the opportunity to talk to if it wasn't due to this podcast. So to me, it holds a dear place in my heart. So I love it. So for people who don't know, I was supposed to upload some UFC content. My iMovies decided to fuck up the files. Like that. I spent 6 hours editing. 6 hours, my guy.
You redid it?
No, it did. It took me 6 hours to do these. No. So they are coming. I will be playing on UFC 3. We will have some special content, and we will be doing some tournaments with fans who, if you're on PS4 with like me and Eddie, you know, we'll sort out a tournament on UFC 3, and I might do some like Amazon gift card or some kind of bullshit like that as a little prize. I might do 2. I might do one for like a random person who helps with like promoting it, and then I'll do another one for like the winner who wins the fight as well.
Cool.
So yeah, but anyway, just want to give a shout out to sponsors, Reception, keeping our bodies healed. CBD oil.
Real quick, y'all seen that video of Anderson Silva twerking in some weird fucking outfit?
That was some God, yeah.
Did Anderson Silva just Oscar de la Hoya us?
Yeah, but I think it was more in a banterish context rather than I really like to wear women's knickers.
Bro. Okay, I need
to get this.
What the fuck was that? That and on Receptra. Powerful Receptor MMA on Instagram with the fine ass Random Marcos on there with the fucking lip balm. Goddamn, she fun.
Yep, they work with a lot of cool fighters. Everybody from Baz Rutten to the aforementioned.
And goddamn, she fine. I don't care.
Goddamn, she fine. Like but yeah, Reception. Make sure you check them out for all your CBD needs. Even if you're in the UK, I think it's Hood Hemp. Like if you go to there and you check them out, you should be able to find them quite easily. Oh no, it's Hooligan Hemp. Hooligan Hemp. So check out them. If you're in the UK, you can get everything: the balms, the body butters, the drops. But all of it helps with your body, your mind, and your soul. Honest to God, I couldn't recommend it higher enough. It's helped with an array of different things that I have, like my back and my shoulder problems. Helps me after I roll Eddie with a dodgy arm and the rest of his entire body. My auntie, who's been, going through chemo and everything, you wouldn't believe how incredible it has helped her from. And this is, one of those things, but I always think it's incredible that, I was told 7 or 8 months ago, she used to have 2-3 months ago to 2-3 months to live, and now she's still got, but she's 12 times better. And we're talking like 9 months ago, 7 months ago that she was told she'd had 2 or 3. So I'm just saying, I've seen how good this stuff can work. As far as my own experiences, I think it's an amazing product. Eddie obviously endorses it also. So go to receptionnaturals.com. That's RECEPTRA, naturals.com if you're in the United States. I know they do it at Hooligan Hemp if you're in Europe as well. Secondly, make sure you check out Bane. Bane with all your jiu-jitsu athletic apparel. So if you're ready to train, whether it's jiu-jitsu or not, they do rash guards, spats, hoodies, so you can keep warm, keep going and getting your body right. Additional to that, they have mugs, they have artwork, all kinds of cool little pieces. If you're just a jiu-jitsu fan, you're a little jiu-jitsu head, then you can obviously appreciate the art. But you can use the code word, the heel hook, all one word, at banestore.com. That's BAIN store.com. Where can they find you on socials, Eddie?
Find me on Twitter, Elaw31. Of course, Instagram, or the website. Our website's a URL that goes to YouTube. Gives a fuck. It's keyboardwarriorsmma.com. And of course, Instagram, keyboardwarriorsmma. On iTunes at keyboardwarriorsmma, I dropped a new episode of my comedy of errors, audio only episodes, and make sure you guys check that out. If you already subscribed, then you got it, motherfucker. And that's about it. And shout out, rest in peace, Andy. We miss you.
Yes, sir. You can find me on Ashley Lamprey. That's ASHLEYLAMPREY. That's on Twitter. That's also on Instagram. And you can also follow me on Snapchat, just Ash Official. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure as well to leave a like and a comment. We appreciate all the love and support. Tell a friend to tell a friend, my guy. Additional to that, you can find us on iTunes and on SoundCloud. Both of those are the Heel channel. And if you are on Twitter, the Heel channel _. And yeah, like I say, man, we appreciate all the love and support. We'll be catching you in a couple of days for Triggered. We'll be shooting the shit about the world, talking about this dirty little rock that we live on.
We'll be back to offend. We'll be back to offend the fuck out of everybody, trigger everybody, talk some shit, call your mom a bunch of names, talk about who we marry, kill, fuck, or whatever, and yeah, move on.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
And we'll probably put some tinfoil hats on.
Yeah.
So from me and Eddie, whether you're a lover, a fighter, or a hater, peace up, eggs down.
Peace, bitches.